Year 2021 was a banger, as anime fans got to see a wide variety of shows. Some turn out to be great like Jujutsu Kaisen, Horimiya Attack on Titan, and some turn out to be like The Promised Neverland Season 2. Well, let's not talk about that for now. In all the mist we have some underrated, unappreciated shows that need your attention. And I can't find the reason why not many people are talking about it. So if you are here for some quality content, then let's begin the fun, shall we? We kick things off with an isekai entry. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world. Yes, an isekai from the writer of Redo of Healer, with some good stuff this time. The greatest assassin on the earth got betrayed by his loved ones. From his last mission on the way back home, his plane got hijacked and blown into pieces. Afterwards, the only option our MC has is to get into an isekai train. In another world, our MC has two choices: to return back home with no memories, or to get into a fantasy world with all his memories, with a mission to kill the hero who wants to destroy the world. Ultimately, our MC agreed, and soon began his new journey. The series does have a similar plot like other isekai, but as soon as you start watching, it quickly gets more addictive. After all, who does not like the cool baddest protagonist? However, only a few episodes have been rolled out, and it will be too soon to judge. What do you guys think? Do you like the setting of this one? Before we go ahead, I would like to ask, do we have any category for bromance? If not, then after watching SK8 Infinity, I think we sure need one. The premise is quite simple. A group of kids participate in an underground skateboarding competition, in which the show main protagonist, Reki, has so much passion for skating. His love for skating is so immense that we as viewers can also feel his passion. In his journey, he meets Langa, a half-born Japanese Canadian. He had a passion for snowboarding, but after his father's death, he moves to Okinawa with his mother and meets Reki. Two of them quickly became best friends and talk of the town. Together they compete in various competitions. Each character has its own story and a reason why skating is the most important part of their life. I would say, don't it compare SK8 Infinity with other sports anime like Heike, and definitely not with Yuri on Ice. That's the next level definition of bromance. Welcome to the world of shadows. Set into the European theme with a Victorian aesthetic lies many shadow nobles. Each of them is bound with a human doll, responsible for doing all sorts of work, as his shadow master suggested without any question. Shadows do not have any obvious face for those to see or any facial expression, in which a new living doll named Emilico trends to her master Kate, a cheerful living doll trying to strengthen her bond with her master Kate. The first half is set into a whole world building, how Shadow Noble live their life, and the role of human dolls. But soon we get to see the sinister side of it, the existence behind the whole family. And from here onwards all the fun begins, like we see in The Promised Neverland. The whole plot twist in Season 1 is just a beginning, while we still have a lot to see in Season 2. For that, let's pray it does not end like The Promised Neverland sequel. Every once in a while there is this one show that tries to be as weird as possible, but at the same time, once you get hooked to it, then suddenly it all started to make sense. Produced by our favorite studio Madhouse, it focuses on high school students who suddenly found themselves in a blank floating dimension. Time does not move forward, and some students gradually develop powers while others remain normal. No, they did not go on an isekai trip. Now the question is, how do they survive? And more importantly, will they ever make their way back home? All these questions started to create conflict among them. Soon they started to divide themselves into groups based on power they got. To remind you more, the story is not a survival game theme either. Then the question is, what's the general theme? The animation style reminds me of shows like Ping Pong or the Tatami Galaxy, and the story also serves the similar philosophical way of human nature. Hey there, I hope you are still with me. Did you enjoy this type of suggestion? I had some more in store. How about you hit that red subscribe button and be the first in line to be notified whenever I upload a new video? For any other suggestion, my comments section is always open for you. Usually I don't watch historical shows due to its boring, slow-paced, or until they provide me something appealing to look forward. The Tale of Heike is a classical Japanese story. A war fought for control of the country. In the 12th century, young girl Biwa was gifted with an odd eye that allows her to see the future, unknowingly disrespect the current clan leader, for which her father has to pay the price with his life. Soon after she meets Taira, the eldest son of the clan, inform him about the future events and the downfall of the Heike clan. Instead of getting angry, he later learned all the injustice she had gone through. Now Taira takes her under his care and vows to protect her. All the small details of the 12th century are beautifully well crafted by big names like Kyoto Animation. The story is still ongoing, and let's hope it ends things on a good note. Next on the list is the entry for rom-com fans. Based on the meme culture of Notice Me Senpai, we have My Senpai is Annoying. Office rom-coms are not often talked about. Like if I were to ask what is the last rom-com based on the Office theme you watched, it would hardly be Love is Hard for an otaku, because it won't usually come into the limelight unless some big anituber talks about it. Our cute-looking loli, Futaba, to her newly appointed job. Everything goes smoothly until he meets his senpai Harumi. Futaba has no hard feelings towards his senpai, only a few nitpicks like she does not like how big or loud he speaks, and worst of all, the way he treats her like a child. When you look from Futaba's angle, things will make more sense. Now her only goal is to perform all her duties well, so her senpai stopped treating him like a child. After a long wait, we still have no updates on Wotakoi, but for the time being, why not we enjoy this one? By combining clever visuals with a unique way of storytelling, I never knew it could be this much fun to watch. Odokawa, the main lead of the show, is a taxi driver. RMC has an unremarkable life, with nothing memorable about his childhood. With a recent case of the mystery of a missing high school girl, soon he finds himself entangled in a complicated web of yakuza, corrupt police officers, and mentally sick idol group. For that, he even received various death threats. I personally like the life motto of Odokawa. He is not afraid of death, but at the same time he thinks it would be too painful to die. The way he handled the situation and dealt with everyone around is something I personally feel connected to him. People sleep on Odd Taxi mainly due to the animal way of storytelling, but in fact it's the whole key point of the show. You know, once you complete episode 13 and wish you could have more of it. In all that underrated underdogs, the one I like the most is Link Click. Maybe it's because I like time travel plots like Steins Gate. Although it's a Chinese entry, for which some of you might hate me, even so I ended up liking it more than some big titles out there. The story centers around two young men running a photo studio, an outside business to avoid unwanted attention from the government. On the inside, what they actually do is helping people to get some information from the past via photos, without trying to mess with the future. However, there are rules they need to follow. You can just Google yourself, or even better, you can just watch the show. Our two main characters, Lu Guang, act as an eye, and Zhao Shi does all the hard work. Other things that I like are the opening and ending. Each episode starts with banger and ends on this dark, dramatic tone that makes sure you click on the next episode.
在城郊河内发现一具女尸。据警方调查，死者生前在雀德游戏担任财务相关调查情况做追踪报道。
哦，来了。
Well, these are some of the most interesting shows I found this year. Did you watch any of these? Or is there anything else I miss? I'd like to know your thoughts on it. Feel free to comment down below, and we can discuss further ahead. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more content like these, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as you pleased. It's good to have you around. Till next time, peace.